There is a specific, helpless moment that arrives when unexpected hardship fractures your reality. You look around, see the people nearest to you living perfectly normal lives, and a single question echoes in your mind. Why me? Why should I alone experience this? The most common answer we hear is karma. We tend to view it as a strict, inescapable cosmic ledger, a system designed to seek us out and deliver the exact consequences of the wrongs we've committed in the past. But if we are merely subjects of a cosmic ledger, it raises a difficult question. Why does the universe allow the debt to be created at all? If the goal is balance, why wouldn't the system intervene to stop an action before the consequence is even necessary? The answer lies in the design of human life itself. God did not create us to function as pre-programmed machines or robots. We were given free will, the distinct freedom to shape our own lives as independent agents of choice. That freedom exists because human life is intended to be an active, ongoing journey. Every situation we encounter is part of a deliberate process, moving us from a state of total ignorance toward absolute awareness. This is why reacting to a difficult situation with a defensive "why me" mindset is so dangerous. When you insist you haven't done anything wrong and actively resist the painful circumstances in front of you, you amplify the severity of the problem. Resolving karma requires breaking the cycle of resistance. Instead of desperately searching for external causes and blaming the universe, you have to bring peace into your own mind and turn completely inward to examine the person actually experiencing the pain. To understand how karma actually functions, we have to look at the human ego, the sense of I. For karma to exert its effect, it needs an experiencer. The ego acts as the literal, necessary target for those consequences to attach to. Think of karma like a postman delivering a letter, seeking out a specific identity. Claiming "I own this, I am this," builds a permanent residence for the ego, allowing karma to lock into place. But surrender your ego, and the address vanishes. Nobody is home. The postman cannot deliver the package. Left with nowhere to land, the karma permitted by the universe simply returns directly to the universe. When the individual person disappears, and only the divine remains, karma has no one upon whom to exert its effect. The delivery mechanism has lost its target. This idea that our internal frequency shapes our environment finds a parallel in how some describe the quantum field. It suggests that universal energy does not just exist around us, it responds to the specific energy we broadcast from within. This creates a loop if you carry unresolved fear, shame, or anxiety. The energy you broadcast outward into the field is notched, and the field reflects those frequencies back by allowing circumstances to arise that correspond to your internal state. Consider how this operates across generations. One woman grew up hearing her mother constantly repeat that men were deceptive and could never be trusted. Her mother held this belief because of her husband's infidelity, a trauma that echoed exactly what the grandmother had experienced before her. The daughter absorbed this negative belief entirely. Even when she chose to marry a trusted friend to avoid this fate, she eventually discovered he was involved with another woman. Her deeply ingrained, subconscious fear acted as a negative broadcast, attracting the exact heartbreak she was trying to outrun. But just as the field reflects our fears, it responds when we change the signal. A teacher once faced intense hostility from his school's management. When he submitted his resignation, they aggressively withheld his paperwork and humiliated him, leaving him completely broken and ready to fight back. Instead of fighting, he received guidance to let go of his ego. For 48 hours, he imagined he did not exist, focusing entirely on his guru and continuously repeating his mantra. Within 2 days, the school contacted him, handed over his paperwork, and sent him off respectfully. The external situation flipped the moment his internal broadcast changed. Human beings are never passive receivers of fate. We are active broadcasters, and the hidden emotional frequencies we emit literally structure the reality we inhabit. Steady, encouraging, mitigating the effects of karma requires active cultivation. You have to develop deep inner stillness, extreme compassion, and most importantly, total surrender to God. A woman working in IT was living entirely alone, isolated in a different state from her husband and child due to their jobs. Her daily internal state was dominated by severe anxiety and worry over her separated family. She was advised to bring God fully into her heart. Every morning and evening, she visualized herself living happily with her family as if it had already happened, and then she surrendered her deep anxiety entirely to the divine. Within 1 month, both she and her husband found work in the exact same city and reunited. Placing God at the absolute center of your consciousness becomes the ultimate defense mechanism. It protects you from the weight of inherited hardships. This unbroken connection to the divine is still accessible to us. The enlightened siddhars, yogis, and saints who walked this earth merged their consciousness entirely with that quantum field, and their presence remains available to guide us. At a Jiva Samadhi, the sacred resting place of an enlightened master, visitors describe experiences that defy easy explanation. Even in the silence of the night, people report hearing the rhythmic sound of a saint breathing, or the deep resonance of an Om chant vibrating directly from within the tomb. When you maintain an unwavering faith, you guarantee that divine support. Even if the entire world abandons a person, the God in whom they place their trust never will. By dissolving the ego and consciously stepping out of the path of karma, we stop asking the universe, "Why me?" We shed the role of the victim and transition into the active creators of our own peace.